Most people overestimate what they can do in a week and underestimate what they can do in 3 months. What if the next 90 days could feel calm, focused, and meaningful, not rushed or chaotic? Welcome to my channel. I'm Amber. I'm so grateful to have you here. Today, we're going to design a 90-day goal system that helps you move forward without burning out. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters, with ease. For many mothers, goal setting feels like another chore, a reminder of all the things that still haven't been done. You might write down, exercise more, organize the house, or start that side project. And by week 3, the list already feels like a burden. It's not because you're undisciplined. It's because traditional goal systems are built for a life you don't live anymore. They assume long stretches of uninterrupted time, consistent energy, and predictable routines. 3 things almost no parent actually has. The result? You either overplan and feel constant guilt, or underplan and feel lost in the noise of daily tasks. A 2020 study from the American Psychological Association found that working mothers report significantly higher goal conflict stress, the feeling of competing priorities pulling in opposite directions. In other words, it's not a lack of motivation, it's a lack of structure that fits your reality. So what if, instead of pushing harder, you designed a system that worked with your real life, one that flexes with your seasons, energy, and responsibilities? Here's the truth. 90 days is long enough to make real change, but short enough to stay flexible. It's the sweet spot between vision and real life. Let's break the system into 4 simple phases: vision, focus, action, and rhythm. 1. Vision. Start with the feeling. Instead of asking, "What do I want to achieve?" start with, "How do I want to feel at the end of these 90 days?" Why? Because emotions drive consistency far more than logic. Research in behavioral psychology shows that humans are 2.5 times more likely to follow through on goals that connect to a desired feeling, like calm, confidence, or stability. Write one short statement that defines your season. For example, "This is my season of grounded focus. This is my season of gentle growth." This simple intention becomes your filter. Every goal that doesn't align can be paused or simplified. So first, don't start with a to-do list. Start with how you want to feel. Before we continue, if you found this content valuable today, make sure to subscribe right now and hit that bell so you don't miss out on the latest tips and interesting topics I share every week. Focus. Choose 3. Priority areas. Once your emotional vision is clear, focus on 3 categories only. For most mothers, that might look like self, health, rest, mindset; home, organization, family systems, routines; growth, career, learning, or creative projects. Then within each category, define one meaningful outcome, not 10. Example: for self, move my body 3 times a week. For home, simplify the morning routine. For growth, launch one small creative project. Ask yourself, if I only did these 3 things well in the next 90 days, would that move my life forward? If the answer is yes, you're already ahead. Action. Design micro goals that fit real life. Now, turn each outcome into tiny, repeatable actions. The goal is not to finish something, it's to create momentum. For example, instead of get fit, start with 15 minutes of movement 3 times a week. Instead of organize the house, focus on 10 minutes decluttering 1 drawer at a time. Neuroscientists call this the dopamine loop. Small wins release dopamine, which reinforces motivation. Over time, consistency compounds. Small steps are not shortcuts. They're the only steps that last. So, define outcomes, break them into micro-actions, and let progress build naturally. Rhythm. Create a weekly reset, finally, every week. Take 15 minutes to reset your focus. No guilt, No overthinking, just awareness. Ask yourself 3 questions. What gave me energy this week? What drained it? What one thing matters most next week? This simple reflection reactivates your executive brain, helping you adjust goals dynamically instead of reacting emotionally. Over time, these mini check-ins make your 90-day system self-correcting. Remember, progress is rarely linear. It's the rhythm of reflection that keeps it alive. Why does this 90-day system work so well, especially for mothers? Because it's rooted in behavioral design, not perfectionism. The brain thrives on short feedback loops. When we set year-long goals, motivation fades because the reward is too far away. But 90 days is close enough for your brain to track progress, while still allowing space for life to happen. Dr. Heidi Grant, a motivation researcher at Columbia University, explains that people are more successful when goals are both time-bound and emotionally flexible. That means structured enough to focus you, but loose enough to adapt when life changes. For instance, a mother might start with a 90-day goal of build a morning routine. In week 3, the baby starts waking up earlier. The plan changes. But instead of quitting, she adjusts the rhythm. A 5-minute journaling pause replaces a 20-minute routine. Same goal, new shape. That's the secret. The system bends so you don't break. The 90-day cycle works because it's human-sized. It mirrors how we naturally think, adapt, and reset. Let's quickly review the system. 1. Vision. Start with how you want to feel. 2. Focus. Choose 3 life areas and 1 outcome for each. 3. Action. Break them into micro goals that match your energy. 4. Rhythm. Reflect weekly to adjust, not to judge. When done right, this 90-day design feels less like pressure and more like partnership with your real life. Because goals aren't about control. They're about clarity. I appreciate you joining me today. Wishing you all the best, and I hope my next video proves to be even more helpful and informative.